behind this and that, we're going to take a look at how to install landscape lighting like a pro. Most people make some pretty simple mistakes. The trick here is they come with these spikes. A lot of people just stuff them in the ground like so and think that's going to be good enough, but you can see they're not in there well enough. They float all around, and it's really a problem. So if you want it done, you want it done right. A couple easy steps. You're going to need you're going to need a post hole digger, right? So that's kind of step one. You want to dig a nice round hole for these to fall into, and also you need concrete. Just by concreting in a post hole digger, it'll be firm, it won't wiggle around, and you won't have a nightmare mess. So here we go. So, as you can see, this is probably a pretty good depth, and what we're going to do is we're just going to add some concrete to this. You can add it in dry, and once you do that, it will overnight, enough moisture will be in the ground that it'll harden up the concrete. So it's nice you don't have to actually worry about mixing anything. You just set it in, it gives you time to get it just perfectly straight how you like, and then they'll be in there, and they will not be easily moved around. They won't be wobbly like you see in most people's, well, I should say, you see in some people's installations, because you know, they think the spikes are good enough, and they're good initially, but you know, over time, water or whatever wears them out, or they just get wobbly in the ground there.
And then people come and run them over with sleds.
Yep, or you can be like my daughter and run them over with a sled. So there's that. Yeah. So once you have your hole dug to the depth that you want, you know, use just simple Quikrete or whatever kind of concrete is available. Quickrete's nice though, it's high strength, it cures quickly, etc. Then, you know, you put your light in here. So once you get the light to the depth that you want, you just pour the dry concrete right into the hole. Over the next day or two, it will cure. You can certainly mix it, but that is a real big pain. If you want, you can throw a little bit of water in the bottom of the hole first. That will help. That'll help it cure, but usually it only takes like a night or two. Okay, so the next step here would be to actually connect the low voltage wire to the actual light itself. All of these come with these little clips here. They have two little prongs. They connect on either side of the wire itself, and it pierces in there, and this is supposed to be a self-sealing wire, which works for a while, but honestly, anybody who's installed these and used these before has probably come out and noticed that their lights are flickering or no longer working or something like that, and it's because of the moisture condensation that gets in here, and then eventually dirt, and what it does is it kind of pushes that connection out. And then you have these lights that you think are broken, they're actually not, or maybe flickering, they're pretty annoying. You might come by and step on the dirt around it and it may remake the connection or something, but it's only temporary. So the way around it, and what I'm gonna do, is I'm actually just gonna eliminate these all together. So I'm just gonna take and snip them off, like so. I'm gonna strip them down. Get the bare wire. Twist those like so. Do the same over here. With your low voltage wire. Twist the ends to get it ready. And I'm going to use these things called heat shrink butt connectors. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and attach these here, and then I'm going to use a heat gun to shrink it down, and it's going to seal around the wire and kind of make a pretty good watertight seal. That'll be a heck of a lot better than these here. Check to make sure you got a good connection. Do the same with the next one. What I do here, these are actually called dikes, and they're good for wire crimp. They have a little special slot in there that'll actually fit right into this butt connector. You want to be right kind of on the edge of it. You want to slide the wire in. It's nice to use to hold it. And then go ahead and press firmly down, and then it'll make that connection. So next thing you want to do is make it here. These really don't follow necessarily a negative or positive per se. You can install them however you want on this low voltage stuff. Okay, now when you have it done here, here's the kind of the magic part. You take a heat gun, turn it on. You can get a close up of this. It'll start shrinking plastic around, especially designed. Once it gets hot enough, it'll start shrinking the plastic around the actual connection itself. And it goes from being a loose connection that water can get into to a pretty much watertight connection. That's a heck of a lot better than the seal that came with the lighting to begin with. So once you get here, you don't want to overheat it, but you want to get it hot enough to where it melts essentially around the wire. Okay, once you think you got it good enough, turn it off, give it a second to cool down, and there you go. These won't ever blink or go out until the actual light fails. Okay, so here's the project all said and done. All the lights are installed, and this is part of a larger project, which the video is available on my homepage. Hopefully you found this helpful. If so, please click like and subscribe, and we'll keep going. Thanks a lot.